Welcome to the Brookfield Criterion. This is day 6 of Chicago Grit. We've got a Bluetooth emblem shaped course, so first corner's pretty tight. Plenty of opportunity to chop that corner, and we saw plenty of chops last year in it. Last year in this race, my teammate then, Hugo Scala, and Robin Carpenter, who's actually in this race. This is his first full race in Chicago Grit. They they duoed off the front and went pretty early, so looking to get up towards the front. Started almost dead last in this race, which was unadvisable. You can see Tanner Ward on the inside there. And my job at the beginning here is going to be a pretty standard job of just getting to the front as fast as I possibly can. So, going to make moves like this. Plenty of room opened, and I sent it up the inside. Tyler Williams there on my left, and got a few hoots and hollers from that move, but we'll continue to move up as much as we can around the second to last corner. Pretty straightforward 90-degree corners, and then the final corner is super tight and super difficult, but you would have to oftentimes hit it hard out of that last corner into the start finish, where you're pretty much fully sprinting. Like you'll see through the rest of this race, my power is going to go up pretty high, and you can see the bunch stretched out pretty far ahead as well. There's 100 dudes in this race, and I started maybe 90th. So these guys almost have a 20-second gap on me. 30-second gap to the front of the field, which that's a mistake that I'll try not to make next year. But I'm going to try and make up for it by moving up at the front here. Mito Q, I believe it's already lighting up the front, and yeah, I'm just going to try to make my way up and through past the Williams brothers here. A lot of guys were having their first race. I think both Corey and Justin's first race here, and the whole Legion squad and Blazer squad has showed up, so a lot more hitters here today than there has been. And looking up the road, there are massive gaps. We're 10 minutes into this race, and I've already got to close down huge gaps like this on the start-finish straight, which was kind of a headwind as well, so stuff like this was quite costly. And I'm gonna try and make my way up back towards the bunch. I'm pretty much off the back, dropped from this race right now, and you can see back to the next group. There's 30 dudes back there still, and I'm just gonna try my best not to be in that 30 dude group heado through the next lap. Or rather the end of that lap. I am almost back on. Still a bit of a gap, still eating wind, still doing 700 watts on the straight, so that sucked. But here with me are two other guys. We've got one guy from Olinka and another from HydroPro. They were both together with me. I flicked an elbow, just hoping for a little extra work. It was a quick pause out of that last corner, and then finally got a little bit of work, which was excellent to get us back into the field. So the first 10 minutes of this race were pretty desperate, chopping corners pretty hard for me, trying to close gaps, and you can see we're pretty much the last guys to make it into the field. A little bit later on here, about 10 minutes later on, and I'm now in the field, now focused on moving my way back up to the front, where I know it's a little bit easier, but can also respond to stuff. Pretty much racing solo here now, so got to respond to anything I can. I know a break's going to go, and pretty early on in, it did go. Fergus Arthur and Josh Burnett, two of the strongest power guys in this field, I would say, lined up pretty far forward. They're both top 10 in the overall, so got the call up and utilized that to go off the front nice and early. I think right here, you might be able to see them, but even still, I'm super far back, still scrambling to make my way up and forward. I know a lot of teams missed this, so they're going to want to get in the group, but MitoQ was doing a great job of blocking everything and hoping I can tag some sort of chase group. You can see they're not too far up, but plenty of chase groups were going. It was super hard. You can see Tyler Williams, High Magner on the left there, who's just made his way up and through the pack as well. He somehow magicked his way into the front of the field pretty early. So he's got some energy left. There are a few Legion guys left as well. Let's see, Clever Martinez. Mido-Q's got plenty of guys, but they've got a dude off the front. So yeah, they're not gonna let anything happen. A little bit later on here, and some solo riders. Me, Clever. He's got Marcos Mendez, who's up in the overall pretty well, and a few other like local-ish guys. Maybe some guys from California were trying to roll through. Here, I decided send it through that first corner, see if I can get a little gap, and I went pretty hard here with 37 minutes left, trying to see if I could like get some sort of bridge. Being in the field back here, you'd slow down just like this into some of the corners, and then any chance of getting back up to the breakaway was just lost. Here you can see Ulysses Castillo trying to get across, but Mido-Q just like tagging everything back there, so it was bound not to happen. Richard Holick also missed this breakaway, but he's going to be going for just points in the overall, I would assume, and he's got Tyler Williams to lead him out now, which is a legit lead out here on Chris Ernst's wheel. And Hustle also missed it. Yeah, I mean, so many people missed it, but this course was just so savage in sucking the power out of your legs here. A little bit later on, with like 35 minutes to go into the race, and I went to adjust my head unit and turned off my camera. So we get the finish from short cycles, which is Fergus Arthur taking the win. I ended up like 20th, but Fergus Arthur took the win from that breakaway, and yeah, finished up the race. Thanks for watching. See ya.